Today on Destination Polaris, we head to Southern California for Project X. The guys at SDR Motorsports pull out all the stops. Destination Polaris starts right now.
Welcome to Destination Polaris and Project X. We're at the home of SDR Motorsports in Southern California. These guys have a brand new shop and a Razor 1000 they're ready to rip apart. Why don't we head in the shop and see what they're up to? Hey Tim, how are you, man?
Good, Jared. How you doing?
I'm doing well, and you guys are doing very well.
Yeah, it's been a good year, man. We just moved into a new location, almost 3 times the space that we had before, and a lot of space for the guys to spread out and get more work done.
And last time we were here, you guys did a 900, and this time it's 1,000.
Now it's 1,000. You know, we didn't think that Polaris could outdo the 900 XP4, and they did.
Nice.
And this is an amazing machine, so we're excited about it.
Cool, and your guys are ready to start tearing apart?
We are ready. Let's do it. Today we chose the Razor XP1000 4-seater. The 4-seater is probably our biggest product that we do. We really wanted to show everybody what you can do when you start with a clean sheet of paper and throw the budgets out the window and just go for it with one of these cars. The 1000 really exceeded our expectations. We knew something was coming. We knew there was going to be a new car. When it came out, I think it blew everybody away. The suspension is, a lot more travel. The Walker Evans shocks just work so great. And then obviously the bigger motor, right? Going from, 900cc to 1000cc, they're about 25 horsepower increase. We call it Razorland over here. Polaris product is probably, 90% of what we do. And we love it because we think it's the best car out there for sure. The new building is 11,000 square feet with 9,300 square feet of shop space, so we literally tripled the size of our shop. SDR stands for Sand, Desert, River, and kind of encompasses everything a UTV is meant for. We do a little bit of everything here. All UTVs, all day, every day. We do everything from, small billet aluminum shifter, cage, seats, doors, a plethora of different accessories, all the way up to a full custom, over-the-top, anything you can imagine build. Basically, if you can dream it, we can build it. I think that's really what we like to hang our hat on. Taking a car and a customer's vision and putting that together and making the ultimate UTV specifically for them. Last year we did what we felt was the ultimate sand razor, right? The ultimate duner car. We did turbo, long travel. We put that custom body kit on it. I mean, it was a really cool car. We're kind of throwing the book at this one. We designed a new cage for this, incorporated some new products that are just released into the marketplace, and we put a big turbo on it, big suspension, big wheels and tires. Twisted Stitch did some new seats for us that have some materials that they've never even worked with before. I don't know that there's any such thing as a blank check vehicle, because there's so much you can do to these things, but this is about as close to a blank check build as we could get. From SDR, what we've got for this car is our fastback 4-seat cage with our opening door package. We've got a front bumper, wheels, tires, long travel suspension, intercom and radio communications, stereo system, new seats, steering wheel, a ton of billet accessories on the car. We've got a big turbo system in it, a Sparks Racing exhaust, everything. everybody's excited. I mean, we've been looking forward to this for weeks.
Okay, the guys are gonna finish taking apart the RZR, and when we come back, we're gonna jack it up and throw on the suspension. You're watching Destination Polaris.
Project X is brought to you by SDR Motorsports. Strength, safety, style built in. And by ITP, the world's #1 aftermarket ATV and UTV tire and wheel source. And by Progressive Insurance. Think easier. Think Progressive.
Welcome back to Destination Polaris. You can see our RZR XP 1000 four-seater looks like it's kind of destroyed. I promise it's not. It's time to put it back together, and we are going to start with suspension.
We use HCR suspension. They build a real solid product. It gives it an increase of 3 inches on the wheelbase and over 20 inches of travel front and rear. The HCR kit comes with a custom set of shocks from King. It's their 2.5 internal bypass shocks. While the stock Walker Evans shocks are great, when we start widening the car out and giving it more travel, we need to upgrade the shocks at the same time. We use the Summer Brothers axles on all of our long travel kits. They've just got it dialed in. You know, the axles are strong, bulletproof, and easy to maintain.
So Tim, tell me about the top secret stuff that you really can't see back here, but I know it's here.
Right. Well, what we've got going on here is a full K&T performance turbo system. This thing looks about as factory as you can get with a turbo kit. Everything fits really well. We took it to a place called the Pro Shop. That did all the installation and tuning for us. It's got a huge Turbonex turbo down there, the big intercooler up here, their beautiful intake manifold here with dual injectors. We put Carilla rods in there, we put CP pistons in it, cams, valves, valve springs. This is the best kit on the market.
So what's this turbo going to do in terms of horsepower and boost and things like that?
Well, stock at the wheels is 82 horsepower. This car on the dyno put out 206 to the wheels. So yeah. So a little bit more, a little bit more. So it should be a pretty exciting ride.
And you guys done a little bit of exhaust work back here too?
Yeah, we got a hold of the guys at Sparks Racing, and they hooked us up with their new exhaust. It's a slip-on system, so it still works with the turbo and gives it a really nice exhaust note, and maybe even an extra horsepower or two.
Yeah, like you need more.
Yeah, we always need more. The car's great stock. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you can take it anywhere you want. It'll go through the dunes great. But there are those times where you get those big steep hills and things like that where just having that little bit of extra power will be nice.
Tim, one of my favorite parts of any build is when the cage goes on.
Let's get this thing on there.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. Our most popular cage, which is what we're doing on this car, is what we call our fastback cage.
You want my help? You want me to supervise? Because I'm good at that.
We really want you to supervise.
Yeah, okay.
Make sure we put the roof up.
Up. Okay. Try your best not to scratch anything, guys, or Tim will take you out back and whoop you.
Well, all of our cages are built out of DOM material, which is a much stronger tube than, say, what we call an ERW tube, which is a rolled tube that's welded. The DOM tube is drawn over a mandrel, which is what DOM stands for.
See, I knew you needed me.
Everything that we sell and everything we offer, we've tested it, we've put it on, we know how it fits. Hold this side right here. Guard that fender with your life.
Tim, the cage is on.
Cage is on.
I know you've done a lot of cages. How's this one look to you, though?
This one looks really good. This one has our radius top front bar for the radius light. It's got a whole new look in the back that once we get the paneling and everything on, we'll show you. But I like it. It came out great. So this is the rear panel of a new cage design that we did just for Project X. Some nice mesh in here that actually allows air to breathe in through the intercooler for the turbo system, so there's a function there as well. And then back here, this is an opening trunk panel, so we can put, you know, drinks or coolers or sweatshirts or whatever we want back there.
You put your sweaters back there?
Well, you know, every once in a while it does get cold out here in California.
All right, when we come back, we're gonna throw some wheels, tires, chairs, a whole mess of other things. You're watching Destination Polaris.
Project X is brought to you by Power Sports Place, ATV and UTV Performance, powered by Summit Racing. And by Aluma Trailers, the best aluminum trailer available. And by Hatfield McCoy, where the trail riding adventure begins. And by Brimstone Recreation Area, where the journey is your reward.
Welcome back to Destination Polaris. You can see our Razor XP 1000 four-seater is about halfway finished. Now it's time to wrap it up. Let's start with wheels and tires. All right, Tim, hold on. This is the other tire for the back, right?
No, Jared, that's the front tire.
These tires are crazy, man.
The best sand tires out there. Sand Tires Unlimited. I mean, we're going to the sand. Gotta have paddles. This is the Razorback front. This tire works phenomenal on the Razor. The guys over at Fullerton Sand Sports took care of us on getting us the right cut and trim for the rear paddles. These ought to throw a little sand around when we're out there for sure. We called the guys over at OMF Performance, and they set us up with a set of their new NXG2 wheels.
This is nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Super light, three-piece aluminum wheels. It's got a billet machine center, a billet machined outer. It's got the sand windows in it, 100% custom made, and they're made right here.
Tim, you gotta tell me about these doors.
These are our full opening doors. You can see it's shut nice and smooth. It actually reuses the factory Polaris latch on the back, so nice clean operation there. What we do is a full door from top to bottom. Our goal with our doors has always been on the 900 and carried through to the 1000, is that when the doors are shut, they look like they're part of the car. What we get a lot of times is people don't know we even make an opening door, because when we put pictures out there or people see the car, it looks like it's actually part of the side of the car, like one single panel. And we take that as a compliment. What we really like about the doors is that when the doors opens all the way out, tons of room to get in and out. What do you think of the paint job?
You know what I see?
What do you see, Jared?
Scratch.
No, no scratches here. No, don't start that. But on this build for Project X, we wanted to go just over the top. So we got a hold of one of the best painters here in Southern California. His name's Craig Haney. He owns Haney Designs. He's got a really good eye for design, colors. I just told him, I said, look, we want something that's cool, these colors, and just let him have his way with it. And this is what he gave us, and I think it looks amazing. This is actually the introduction of our new XP 1000 dash. We did a dash for the 900, and it was really successful. When the 1000 came out, we knew we had to do something to give people just some more mounting areas for things. We got room up here for a GPS, and then here we've got our new laser etched switches that light up with the nice blue SDR logo, since blue's our theme here.
Your light bar is impressive. Thank you.
We called on the guys at Baja Design. They make a radius light bar that we're going to incorporate into the front of the cage. This thing is bright, right? Probably the brightest light on the market right now. We went with a couple of new materials to kind of tie some of the rest of the theme of the car together. This is simulated suede, nice and comfortable. Blue suede on the accents here on these new seats from Twisted Stitch. This is the Vortex for the XP 1000. This is the perforated leather I was talking about, you know, to kind of tie in with the steering wheel and the shift knob. You know what they say, devil's in the details, right? We got a ton of billet accessories from Axia, a Momo steering wheel. We've got a Momo shift knob from Momo USA. SSV Works hooked us up with their new XP 1000 system. They sound amazing. What we do with our communication system is we tie it in with the stereo. So with the flip of a switch, you can have the music play through your helmet kit or headsets. Another flip of the switch and it'll play through the external speakers. So it's a pretty cool setup. I'm real happy with the results. It's always exciting to see something that you put so much time in, so much effort in as a team. I mean, the whole company was involved in this project, and to see it come together, be able to look at it done is always exciting.
Tim, awesome or fun?
Awesome and fun. Definitely both. I'm stoked with the way the car came out. I can't wait to get it out and run it and see how it does.
Yeah, me too. So where should we take it?
I think we should take it to Glamis.
Cool. Well, when we come back, we're going to Glamis. You're watching Destination Polaris.
Project X is brought to you by Rockford Fosgate, car audio for fanatics, and by DJI, the future of possible, and by Maui Jim Sunglasses, the fastest growing premium polarized sunglass maker in the world, and by Progressive Insurance. Think easier, think Progressive.
Welcome back to Destination Polaris and Project X. It is a gorgeous day here in Glamis. We've got a killer RZR. Let's go for a ride.
For me, I've been going to Glamis since I was, 6 months old. My dad drugged me out there on a, ATC 90 in a tent with his Toyota truck, and so I love Glamis. What we're really looking for is how capable the machine's going to be in the sand, how easy it's going to be to drive through the dunes. I mean, yeah, it's got a big turbo, big suspension, but at the same time, that doesn't mean, we just have to drive it, full tilt all the time. What we're hoping is that we can cruise the car around the dunes and have it just be nice, comfortable, and fun to drive. And then when we want to, mash the pedal and really have some fun. So from us, from the SDR team here, we've got our fastback cage, which is a nice, sleek design with our new Class 10 style rear bumper, our innovator opening doors, and our tight pre-runner front bumper. On this car, we went with HCR suspension. Their long travel kit is plus 4 inches per side. It adds about 3 inches of wheelbase to the car and puts the travel at over 20 inches of travel front and rear. It comes with King 2.5 internal bypasses front and rear with just monster huge reservoirs, so we can pound this thing through the whoops for hours on end and never fade. We really went big on this project with the engine. We went to the pro shop down in Anaheim, California, sat down with them and said, look, we want this car to be solid, we want it to be reliable, and we want it to be all-day fun. And the package that they recommended was the K&T Performance Turbo, Carrillo rods, CP pistons. We did some cam work on it, ported and polished the heads, put new valves, valve springs in it, really built the motor solid. Put it on their dyno, and the thing spun 206 horsepower at the wheels. And stock is at 82, so it's a pretty big jump. From there, we went to Twisted Stitch, sat down with them and wanted to design, a nice custom set of seats. And we always used Momo steering wheels and shift knobs as accessories in our cars because they're a really strong steering wheel. We don't have to worry about them bending, flexing, or braking. And the steering wheel and shift knob package we chose has a perforated leather in it. So when we went to Twisted Stitch, we said, look, we really want the seats to match up with the rest of the interior accessories. So they sourced out the material. I actually had to custom order it because they'd never worked with it before, and the seats came out amazing. And they were real comfortable. They matched the interior perfect, so we're real happy with Twisted Stitch on that. We went with STU Blaster tires on this car. It's a full #1 cut, which is what we call it. That works perfect with this car, this power, in Glamis. It's a great tire and wheel package. There's so many things you can do with paint, and the painter that we used just knocked it out of the park. That just is the cherry on top. Whenever you take all of those components and put them together in a package that you can go out and play with, it's always fun. And that's the reward that we get for what we do, is to be able to build stuff like this, take it out, and just thrash it and have a good time with it. The car was amazing. It did everything that we expected it to do, and it did it even better than we thought it would. So through the whoops, the car just sails through that stuff, smooth as silk. Power is unbelievable. 206 horsepower, this thing is almost perfect for the dunes. We can drive the car anywhere. It's easy, to get up the hills, and when we really want to jump on it and go up the big hill or down the sand drags, this thing flies. This thing drew a crowd everywhere we took it, and which is what we wanted. So the look of it, I think, is just spot on. It's amazing, especially out in the sun. I mean, every car we build is special, and every car we build is fun, but this one, we definitely threw the book at it.